to the NCAA basketball tournament. And the deep thought / question is this: if the University of Kentucky goes on to win the NCAA men's basketball championship this year in undefeated fashion, does that make them the greatest single-season college basketball team of all time? And now just keep in mind when you're pondering this that it is single-season only. You can only look at what teams accomplished for 1 year. You can't take the 2 or 3 seasons that Michigan had with the Fab Five and combine them all together. You can't take the dynasty years of UCLA and John Wooden and put them all together. You simply have to take 1 season's worth of work from all the teams and determine if you think Kentucky is the greatest team of all time in men's college basketball. In my opinion, if they do go on to go undefeated this year, they are, without question, the greatest single-season team in the history of men's college basketball. No questions asked. The only other team to do anything even similar to what that accomplishment would be the 76 Indiana Hoosiers, and they did it in a landscape that there just weren't as many good teams. There weren't as many good players. You could have all the talent and simply get by on that. I'm not saying they did, but it was a very different time and era and age in college basketball, thus making it a slightly easier accomplishment than if Kentucky were to do it this year, however, no less respectable or admirable of one. So, there's question 1. If Kentucky wins, are they the greatest college basketball team of all time for any one season? Second question, second ball's deep thought of the day is this: are we witnessing the beginning of a new trend in the NFL where players, particularly linebackers, but also maybe running backs, quarterbacks, and wide receivers, skill positions who take a lot of hits, and the linebackers who hit those people play after play, game after game? Are we witnessing a new trend where those people are going to be retiring by the age of 30 on a regular basis? And I feel that we are. Now, if that is to be a continued trend here for the future, how does that impact the NFL? What does it do to the league? Does it result in the linebacker position being devalued the way that the running back position has been over recent years, where you don't see linebackers being drafted as early on in the draft, and you don't see them signing contracts for as large of amounts of money as other players, similar to what has happened to running backs over the last several years? I feel that this is possible. I can't say whether it will or won't, but it's definitely a possibility based off of the way things are playing out right now. And is the quality of the game in the future in danger because of all of these health concerns and issues that players, along with parents of children who are playing football in school, that these people have? Is that going to result in a decrease in the quality of the NFL's product because you've got less people playing for very long when they get into the league, and you've got less talented youth choosing to take that sport up as opposed to basketball or something else where the injury risk isn't as great? These are legitimate questions and concerns. Not that they're immediate or pressing, but they are legitimate, and the results, or answers I should say, could be very disheartening to the NFL if they're not able to find a way to make things better, to improve things. Whether that be continuing to evolve on the rules, continuing to evolve on player technique when it comes to tackling and such things. In my opinion, focusing on equipment upgrade is by far the most sensible course of action to go about making football safer. But is this whole players retiring young and early thing going to be something that we just see every year from now on? I really, truly feel that it is, and it could potentially, down the road, cause a few concerns and issues and problems for the NFL as a brand. But that's all the show we got for tonight. If there's any comments, questions, thoughts, feedback you'd like to share with me, please do so by following the show on Twitter at BDSTShow, or liking and friending Scotty-Ball on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in to Northern Lights Radio on WNLMradio.com, where you can hear Balls Deep Sports Talk every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But thanks as always for listening. I'm Scotty Ball, wishing you the absolute best of luck in all your bracket pools. Good night, everybody.